Good evening, Dylan. It is very late at night, as you can tell by the darkness behind me and all around. So, in your last video, I really couldn't hear a lot of what you were talking about because it was so quiet, and the environment where I was watching it most of the time had a higher than usual amount of sound. So please forgive me if I don't really reference your last video too much. One thing that kind of happens for me whenever I'm making friends or talking to new people is I start making these levels of expectations. You know, how I think that they're going to respond to questions, or how I think they're going to react in these different kinds of environments. I don't know if that's normal or not, if that's something you do or not. That's just something that I happen to do, and it kind of helps me build this mental structure of who this person is and what kind of things I can and can't do around them. Because I can start to, I make these predictions as if they were some sort of expectation of what they should be doing, and if it lines up, I'm starting to understand more about the person. If it doesn't, obviously, my mental image of who you are needs to change. The weird thing about expectations is I don't know about we as in you, me, or people in general, but I end up having them take over in a lot of things I do. I read little snippets of titles and I think I know what the answer is. I see a friend perform an action and I think I automatically understand what they're doing. Or I see a coworker starting an action and I automatically assume that I know what is going on because past experience and what I know about this person and what I see going on, I try to build the picture without actually having any of the right information, which oftentimes leads to a very disappointing outcome. Eventually, this whole expectations thing that I make of the world around me does start to become proper with enough experience and exposure. I can talk to you and know what kind of things I can say around you that won't get you upset. And I can do the same thing with other friends and other people in the world, be they coworkers or absolute strangers. Well, obviously not the strangers, because that would completely contradict what I just started that sentence off with. But usually it is the strangers that make it way more exciting, because they show me that I don't know the world around me. There are still unfamiliar people out there. There are still people that I could know a lot more about out there, and I want to know them. As you said in a previous video about how there's all the people walking around and you'd like to know more about them without being creepy. I do as well, just it never seems to be feasible to get to know everyone. It's only possible to know a few people. Anyway, Dylan, that's all for my video today. I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.